Kinetic was a civilian organisation that's still on the military register in civilian hands. So don't trust it over. Now, leading the pair in, coming in now from the left, is another ex-Royal Air Force Gazelle, an HT3 model, but this one also served with number 27 Squadron supporting the Chinooks that were...
You see, they're sort of enclosed. That was for a number of very positive reasons. If you accidentally stuck your tail into a tree, at least it had a little bit of protection. It was much safer on the ground.
Dreamliners for Virgin Atlantic.
Very tight formation there, but watch now.
Jim Richards, who converted, having been a member of the Royal Artillery, flying on from his grandfather, his father and his uncle's service, to becoming a pilot much later in 1997 in the Falklands as well. I think it's fair to say anyone in the front of the Gazelle felt very vulnerable. Excellent views, absolutely excellent views. Sometimes a little bit too excellent when you're under enemy fire.
Not the last time you'll see some Hawks, but the last time you'll see from the Royal Air Force, from Royal Air Force Valley, the Hawk P2.
You remember that most Army links, not all, the Mark 9 later had a wheeled undercarriage, but most Army links had a skid landing gear, and the naval ones had a wheeled undercarriage that should have operated. While that really was developed in the more landing gear. So important when you're pushing these aircraft around very small helicopter landing pads, frigates and destroyers. Then you see a kind of spiral loop. Those of you that remember West Ham electro optical device. It carries a range of sensors, including a very, very high-powered camera able to detect targets at very long range, both day and night, in any weather condition. And as with any platform, the Wildcat's capabilities have been developed significantly since it entered service and began to replace the Mark 8 links with Royal Navy units, because these helicopters a .50 caliber machine gun, and on board it can carry Royal Marine sniper teams, for example, for the knocking out of a drug smuggling boat. Naval Air Squadron is the unit that provides the Black Cat's Wildcat display, and it's Lieutenant Scott Sunderland, an instructor pilot on that unit, who is at the controls. So here we see the first part of a flat 270-degree manoeuvre back onto the B-axis, then the same mirror image 270 again, around to reposition. And as you watch this display, just imagine this aircraft operating on a very, very small helicopter landing pad. We are talking
sort of tennis court size on the stern of a Royal Navy frigate or destroyer. Conditions are a little bit out of limits. I'm heading off to land because you're in the middle of the ocean. These guys certainly take their job very seriously. A massive capability plus to any surface vessel. Part of the wider Wildcat Maritime Force, all of which is based at RAF Cosford in Somerset, some 400 personnel at its disposal, as well as 28 Wildcats. And these Wildcat HM-82s divided across two squadrons. This one, as I say, is 825, which is the training and force generation unit, and then there's 815 squadron, which is now the frontline operational unit. And as part of that development of capabilities that I was mentioning earlier, with the arrival on the force of the missiles I mentioned, it's allowed the Wildcat really to mature as a platform and regain some of those capabilities that were there when it was the Lynx Mark 8 in service. So if you missed that very impressive nose down manoeuvre right at the start of the display, it's now time to have your camera ready again. As the Lynx comes into the hover and the big nose down dive away. A couple of those roles we're about to look at with these next two aircraft. Yes, they come to us from the Rolls-Royce Heritage flight based at East Midlands Airport. And quite apart from recalling the roles that these aircraft performed operationally, they also pay tribute to the key part played by Rolls-Royce in, of course, providing their power plants and a link with the power plants that Rolls-Royce provides to the British and American aerospace industry today. We have which was the factory airfield for the Percival and later Hunting Percival Company. To potential Japanese threats in the Pacific. This was initially a pure flying boat. It hasn't always been an amphibian, this design, but we see it here in amphibious guise, getting airborne, the consolidated TD-Y-3A. Display are retractable, so they're now in the up position. very long range as well when the Patrol Bomber Award, which was a decoration given to many members of the RAF Volunteer Reserve and the Royal Auxiliary Air Force who served on operations. The reason he was only awarded it this year was due to an admin oversight. He should have received it 75 years ago. Changes of pace, and so out of that barrel roll he's now setting up for the slow speed high alpha high angle of attack pass, just 120 knots on this run, of course aided significantly by the fully digital fly-by-wire control system. And this is, of course, an aircraft that is on daily active service operations, whether maintaining quick reaction alert, the UK air defence capability from both Coningsby and RAF Lossiemouth, or around the world, notably in the Middle East.
The Chinook fulfills many operational roles, including trooping, carriage of freight, parachute operations, VIP and passenger flights, casualty evacuation, humanitarian assistance and military aid to civil authorities. This year's role demonstration is brought to you jointly by 18 Squadron, the premier frontline operational Chinook Squadron, and the Joint Helicopter Support Squadron, known as JHSS. Now it's time to prepare yourselves for one of the highlights of today's flying displays. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, please turn your eyes to the sky for the 2024 Chinook Roll Demonstration. Ensuring the aircraft lands safely all the way. Simulating conducting an essential weapons drop-off close to the front line under the watch alive Sergeant Lawson. JHSS arrested the landing site and marking it with smoke. Not only does this identify the drop-off area, but it also gives troops an appreciation of the wind direction and stretch. Once safely on the deck, the JHSS team will leave the aircraft in order to attach the gun to the Land Rover and provide mutual support ahead of moving it onwards to its battlefield location. Having successfully dropped the gun, Coops will manoeuvre the aircraft forward and down away from the load to allow the troops to disembark and set up in a defensive posture. At RAF Odin, we are fortunate to have our very own underslung training area. This allows crews to practice lifting a variety of items, from netted barrels to heavy ISO containers. This invaluable training wouldn't be possible without the support of JHSS, a tri-service organisation based at RAF Fencing that offers specialist skills in underslung load operations, including rigging, hooking, and the preparation of landing sites. Next, the aircraft will conduct an over-the-shoulder departure. This is a dynamic manoeuvre used to quickly move away from enemy threats in front of the aircraft. After its climb and build rearwards momentum, the low ballistic protection was presented to the threat. The nose snapped around quickly. Mark 7 with the Army. He eventually saw sense in 2019 and came over to the Chinook Force on a 4-year exchange. Fortunately, much to our delight, that exchange became a permanent transfer. He's our lead exclusive weapons instructor and has accumulated over 2,000 flying hours. You'll notice that Coops is handling the corner smoothly today. Not only the crew are now repositioning for a running landing. This is a maneuver used when the aircraft is operating with limited power, such as flying at high weights, in hot and high climates, or in an emergency with one engine inoperative, as maintaining forward speed reduces the power demand on the aircraft. As they run the aft wheels on, you'll see the tandem rotors of the Chinook used to bring the aircraft to a complete stop, and showing just how much control Coops has over the aircraft, he'll bring it to a stop on just the 2 aft wheels before landing on all 6. Carry a wide range of vehicles internally, including armed vehicles, motorcycles, and quad bikes with trailers. Having been tied down securely throughout the flight, the team will now unstrap the quad bike to demonstrate how quickly it is offloaded from the aircraft to offer support to the troops already on the ground. Quad bikes are often used in conjunction with trailers to transport ammunition resupplies and other mission-critical equipment around the battlefield and base. With the cargo safely dispatched, the aircraft will conduct a high-performance departure by using all the available power offered up by the 2 impressive 5,000 horsepower Honeywell engines. The aircraft can quickly depart the area while minimizing the risks presented by different threats on the ground. As the aircraft is positioned, we welcome the press on RAF to Major Alex Hughes with a signature today's roll demonstration. The team has worked hard to deliver an impressive display of their capabilities during dusty, brownout, or snowy whiteout conditions. This dynamic maneuver enables us to rapidly adjust from maximum flying speed to bring support to the troops on the ground in a minimum time. Coops is flying at 140 miles per hour. You'll rapidly decelerate the aircraft and turn using some pedal. This results in the side of the airframe acting as a windbreak. The aircraft is now going to position expeditiously forward and down to recover the troops. With their task complete, the passengers are now cleared back onto the aircraft with a brand new addition to the Chinook roll demo, the big orange thumb. Wearing the thumb today and operating at the number 1 crew position is Sergeant Aaron Woodward. Born and raised under the bright lights of Blackpool, Woody joined the RAF in 2012 as an RAF regiment gunner. Woody is a survival instructor and crewman trainer and is keen to contribute to the next generation of the Chinook Force. Woody and Mal are now working together seamlessly to secure all personnel and the cabin before giving the all clear to climb to Coops and Luke in the front. As the aircraft gently corkscrew climbs into the hover, the crew will now open the ramp and give our crewmen the best seats in the house. As Woody dons the iconic orange hands to wave as a final goodbye, Cosford, can I ask that you all put your hands in the air and give a huge wave to the team? We love seeing your photos and videos, so if you've taken any good ones today, we'd be be grateful if you could tag us using the hashtag BladeFlag. As a reminder, you can come and find us over at the RAF Village all day today, where we've got a big team who are ready to answer all your questions. On behalf of myself and the team, thank you so much for watching our display. We hope you enjoy the rest of the day here at Cosford and look forward to seeing you all again very soon. So one last time, please put your hands together for the 2024 Chinook roll demonstration.
Well, what a great demonstration of the iconic Royal Air Force Chinook by the roll demonstration team. A huge team effort.
You can really see the flames behind the aircraft now.
From the left. Now in Scotland and also RAF Bonington in Suffolk. It is now time to look to your left-hand side. What a glorious sight this is. From the Royal Air Force Mobility Force, a pair of A400M Atlas aircraft. Much length and depth for the mirror pass. That's 6 and 7 flying all 3 roll to the outside. Clear goes, Reds 4 and 5 roll to the outside in one of the hardest manoeuvres for our new pilots each year. This is Rollbox. Of our 60th anniversary. This is the anniversary break. aboard Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, it's the Red Arrows!
Without low factor help system on the plane. So all he had to do is contract his abs. That was pretty amazing. You will continue. So to perform like this in front of you today, you have to know that they are training every day, twice a day, for 20 to 30 minutes. And it might be the first year of the captain of the team, but it's not his first time in aerobatics. Actually, he started when he was 15 with his father, who teach him how to do it. So even before joining the French Air Force. When he joined, he stopped doing competition and he became a transport pilot. And 12 years later, he finally joined the team. So his first competition as a military pilot will be this summer. Actually, it's in 2 weeks in Albert. So I really hope to have all of your support. You have to know that there are two types of aerobatics. The one called freestyle.
The Swordfish took to the air for the first time, so slow speed, good handling, absolutely essential. The Argentine submarine Santa Fe, which has been resupplying Argentine positions on South Georgia with troops and equipment, but whilst it's used AF-12 wire-guided missiles, and as a result of that engagement, the sub was abandoned and became the first naval casualty of Operation Corporate. Several overseas customers as well, the WASP, Brazil, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Netherlands, New Zealand and South Africa. But in relatively small numbers, of 133 WASPs built, 96 served with the Royal Navy. In fact, it's one that used to be based in the UK, but it's, I think, doing its first flying display in the UK. I don't remember seeing it actually in an air show, other than on static display, at the time it was in UK ownership. But we'll see it getting airborne and then positioning to run in for its sequence. As meanwhile, those of you down at Crowd Front can see a rather attractive much right the way down the line.
Operational flying fortresses were used in the Pacific Theatre, but they proved very vulnerable to attack from the rear. And when the RAF brought the Fortress Mark I into service in mid-1941, its experiences with the aeroplane were disastrous.
Partly those experiences that led to Bomber Command abandoning daylight raids. In fact, number 90 Squadron from their wartime sorties. Final run, the B-17G Flying Fortress, Sally B. And that run also did the Marine Corps in early 2022. And here you can see the aircraft in its landing configuration, the gear is down. If we had a longer runway here, this would be rolling vertical landing.